And I'm going to go over the where, what, when, why, how to kind of break this down for you in an easy to understand way. And starting with what is commercial? Hannah McCarthy with Commercial Brokers International. Joe Killinger is out of town and I'm doing a takeover. Who knows what will happen? Just kidding, we're going to talk about real estate. And the subject of this video is for first-time commercial real estate investors. Where should you start? And I'm going to go over the where, what, when, why, how to kind of break this down for you in an easy to understand way. And starting with what is commercial real estate? Commercial real estate is basically anything except for a single family residence. So anything from apartment buildings, retail buildings, office, industrial, land used for commercial, hospitality, long-term care facilities, basically anything except for single-family homes for the purposes of this video. And why would you want to invest in commercial real estate? And there are two main reasons. The first one is it provides income from your tenants. And the second one is asset appreciation. So over time, your asset hopefully increases in value and you can take part in that income as well. Well, it's not income, but that money as well. And when you're deciding what to buy, that's really personal to you. So you're going to want to contact a professional, kind of explain your personal situation and what product types you have experience with, and they can help you decide what's right for you. You may have experience with apartments, and that would be the most comfortable investment for you. Or perhaps you'd like a triple net property. And triple net refers to a lease type where the tenant pays everything. They pay rent, they pay all of your expenses for the building, so property tax, insurance, all building maintenance. This can be very attractive to a lot of investors who want the hands-off approach and they don't want to deal with managing a property. Perhaps you like office buildings and you've leased a number of spaces, so you're familiar with the leases and you have a good broker who can guide you through that process. So it's very personal and it just depends on what you're comfortable with. And it's worth finding out the risks and rewards of each product type, because you might learn something that you didn't know, and perhaps maybe industrial is the way to go for you. You don't know. Where should you buy? Also a personal question. If it's a triple net property, it could be out of state. They're everywhere. A good example of triple net would be a fast food restaurant. Many fast food restaurants are on triple net leases. If you want to be close to your money and let's say you want to buy an apartment building, I would suggest doing it as close as possible that you can afford and it makes sense as far as the income goes, because if something happens, you can drive to the property. You want to be within reach of your money so you can touch it and smell it and help with the maintenance, basically. When should you buy? I would say any time that's already right for you. A lot of people want to time the market. They remember back to the recession and how there was a bubble and then it crashed and everyone thinks, oh wow, well if I had bought in 2009 that would have been great. Well, that would have been great, but would you have known that that was the bottom, or would you have been stuck in the fear of that moment? My mentor, I remember the first year working with him, he took me, we always drove around to all the properties that he owned. And one time he showed me this giant building and he said, you know that building, back in the 80s, I could have bought that for $300,000, but that building was so overpriced and the seller was insane and it was overpriced by $100,000. It was ridiculous. And I told him some explicit language. And he says, do you know if, he says something about like, that is the biggest mistake I've ever made. And his point was, if he had bought that property or any property in the 80s, now it's worth a lot more. So unless you're flipping properties, I wouldn't necessarily focus on timing the market. I would focus on finding the right product for you, the right building, something you really, really like and you're comfortable with the investment. Because over time, the market does go up and down. That's just a risk of real estate. And it's better to the bird in hand and know the investment that you have right when you have it. As far as how it goes, you can obviously pay cash for a property or you can get a loan, and your commercial real estate broker can guide you through that process and probably refer a couple of people to you. And so I think that covers it. If you have any questions, there's so many intricate parts of commercial real estate. Every property type you could be an expert in just medical office buildings. So it is worth getting with a professional and working through everything. Please call us. We're happy to help you. My name is Hannah McCarthy. My Instagram is @Hannah McCarthy_CRE. And I hope you found this information helpful, and we look forward to talking to you.